ready to party? The Haitian nation. I like that.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to our show, Cherchez l'artiste. I am Dalencour, and tonight we have a phenomenal artist with us. Her name is REMENY, and she's a tropical modernism artist, and she has a great exhibition in Miami, and we're going to talk about everything today. So let me introduce you without waiting. Lisa, welcome to Cherchez l'artiste.
Thank you. I'm happy to be here.
It's such a pleasure to have you.
Thank you.
Under the rain. I appreciate that. And you brought us that beautiful painting of yours, and we're going to talk about that soon. I'd like to know, could you tell me your humble beginnings, how you started with that? Because we were in a party, and we were talking about how you started, and it was very interesting for me. So I'd like you to tell my viewers.
Well, I come from a family of artists. My grandmother was an artist and a student at Pratt Institute in Brooklyn as a girl. And then when I came along, she inspired me to start painting at a very young age. She trained me how to deal with my tools carefully.
And she gave you a little paintbrush and to do little painting at that time?
She gave me a little paintbrush that she told me, and this is a long, long time ago. She said, this paintbrush costs $25. You better not mess up this painting. You better not put this in the water, in the glass, never.
Oh, so you started with what kind of?
Watercolor.
Watercolors, that was good. That was
Aquarelle
good.
first.
Yes.
And then my mother was doing oil painting, and I started watching her, and I was really doing oil paint by number.
Yes.
But that was my first introduction
to painting. And so at that time, you didn't know how to draw. I mean, how did you manage to do this? I really thought this was a picture.
Well,
and this
I
is
had
nothing...
great teachers. I really did.
So
I had
you
great
went,
training.
you took some classes?
From first grade, from 5 years old. My first teacher, I had a teacher at school who took me on and told me, don't put it in the center, don't make a little thing in the middle of a big paper. You have to expand, you have to be brave. That was at 5. So
at 5.
I had good training from
And you
early.
Understood that?
Yeah, I remember it.
And you
Up to now, all these years later, I remember.
You like that, you like what you were doing.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, children at this age, or sometimes they start something, I would have thought that you would have painted the whole house. My kids...
draw on the wall?
They draw on the wall. I mean, I was so happy when they invented those crayons that you can erase. Because every time I would come home, I would never leave paint around anymore, because they had their crazy ideas, and they would do things on the wall.
Listen, my punishment was to have my crayons taken away from me. If I was bad, if my dog used to take the crayons and go under the television. Back in the day, we had the television with the console, right. And the dog would go and chew up my crayons. And my punishment would be, okay, you did it again. You left the crayons for the dog. You don't get any more crayons for a while.
Oh, no.
And then I couldn't draw for a while.
Oh,
All
no.
I had was a pencil.
Oh, and then so you drew with a pencil?
Yeah, I drew whatever I could.
And what did you use as a canvas at this time? I'm still staying at that
I don't know. I think I probably drew on the wall, too.
You drew on
Probably. I probably got talked to about it, so I probably didn't do it. My father would just look at me, and I would never do it again.
Oh my gosh.
Never.
I mean, I would come home, the bathroom would be painted. I mean, expensive things would have crayons on it, and I'm like...
crayon comes off. It's not too bad.
No, but at that time, they used markers and things like that.
Oh.
But, I realized, I'm like, no more painting in the house for anybody.
When we were kids, there was no markers, because if there was, I would have destroyed my
You would have
walls.
destroyed the house. So, as you were growing up, did you end up going to take courses? Did you go to a school of art?
Eventually I did, but even in junior high, in high school, I had excellent instructors that encouraged me. They always encouraged me. They always told me how great I was doing, and I don't know. I guess they.
And that
they
was in
saw
New
something.
York. So you
no,
grew up.
No, I grew up here.
You grew up in Miami?
I was born.
You're a Miami person.
I was born here.
You don't find people from Miami.
I was born here. I was born in
It's
Miami.
exceptional.
Miami Beach, actually.
Miami Beach. I lived in Miami Beach for 15 years.
I was born on the beach. My grandparents lived on the beach. We used to travel all around. We used to go on the tram on Lincoln Road and go for Woolworth for the egg cream. I mean, just very different days.
I worked at Nick's Miami Beach when Nick's was a very popular restaurant, and then
Nick's, right?
Nick's and N-I-C-K apostrophe S, and then I can't remember the name of the one that they opened on Lincoln Road, because it was the whole family, and then I transferred there. But it was really lots of fun, lots of fun. I loved Miami Beach.
There used to be on Lincoln Road a tram.
I don't remember the tram.
You're younger than me, I think. I think you're a little.
I don't think so, but I'm not going to tell my age.
I think you're a little younger than me.
So yes, a tram that went straight up.
It went up and down and took people from one end of the from West Avenue all the way to the beach.
Right,
And
all the way to Washington.
And my grandparents didn't drive.
Right.
So they lived on South Beach, and we could walk everywhere. And my
Yeah, but
grandfather
in South Beach, it's really from Alton to Ocean Drive. It's not really that much, and then it's 24th.
They lived like right near Lincoln Road. My father had a business on Lincoln Road in Alton.
Yeah,
That was the first memory of his business was there.
We had a very good friend that had opened a gallery in Miami Beach, Romero Brito. You know Romero?
I do.
Yeah.
I sold him a car for $500 before he got famous. I'm not kidding. It's no joke.
If you knew, you would have sold it for more.
No. I didn't know him. He came with some other guys from Brazil, and they were buying a car that a friend had for us to sell for them, and he said, I'm an artist. I said, oh, that's nice.
So you went to Miami Beach High?
No, I went to North Miami Beach High, right near here, right close here to the studio.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow, my kids went to Miami Beach High.
Yeah, all my family did, all my cousins.
Yeah. Wow, so now, talking about the painting, so as we were talking, I see that you paint a lot of things that look very tropical, very islandish, and we are Island TV.
Yeah.
So
Perfect.
I should have you design a set for me or something like that.
I'm sure I have something that would work.
I should go shoot a show at your studio or something like that.
Yeah, you should.
And so
great.
tell me, what attracts you, being in Florida, so I guess you were used to the tropical food that here with the Cubans and the Asians?
Not so much, because when I was growing up here, there was it just started, the Cuban influx.
Right.
It was very white.
Right. It was very
even I was
Jewish.
not white.
Yeah. Even you?
Even me. I was not considered. I mean, in my neighborhood, there was only white people and no Jews, and I was a Jew in my neighborhood. So I was a little.
You were.
They used to call me. They abused me because they thought I was mixed. They considered me not white.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, that's incredible.
So, but what happened was, I went to Jamaica after I graduated. I did go to art school. To answer your question, I went to art school. And I didn't study painting. I studied photography, filmmaking, printmaking, drawing. I learned a lot of art history. And then I left school. I was graduated with my degree. And then I just started traveling, and I ended up in Jamaica.
Why Jamaica?
It's a long story, but I got to Jamaica on a trip that a friend invited me to come.
And then you stayed.
And he said, you want to go to Jamaica? I said, yeah, I love Bob Marley. Let's go to Jamaica. So I went to Jamaica, and I fell in love with Jamaica, because Jamaica is the motto of Jamaica is out of many, one people.
Right.
So there's many different mixes of all different types of people. Everyone looks.
They're all different.
People think only Jamaicans are all from Africa originally, but there's Indians, Chinese, Lebanese, Syrian, everything you can think of.
In Jamaica?
Yes.
Yeah, I've visited, I've partied there, but quite a bit.
I'm sure you have. I felt at home there. And so I started doing the work there.
Yes.
More, seriously.
So when you were in Jamaica, you started. Did you meet other artists from Jamaica and started getting an influence?
Eventually, I did. I found a gallery. After 2 years of living there, I found a gallery.
Oh, that's great!
And the gallery loved the work. That was the drawing, less photoreal and more drawn works on paper. And they fell in love with the work, and they said, "Get these things framed." And I framed a few pieces for their anniversary show, their first anniversary in 1982, November. And they sold everything at the opening.
That's
It was 3 pieces and many artists.
Right.
And that's when I really saw I could do
a
this.
living out of that.
I could really make a living.
Yes.
So I did. And I stayed there for 11 years.
11 years in Jamaica.
And the painting, this scene on the calendar is
yes,
my,
I wanted to talk
it was
about
my
this
view.
calendar. Look at the banana tree. You know, being from Haiti, you know, we have exactly the same climate, and I think our island is much more beautiful.
You think?
I am from Haiti.
I have never traveled the island extensively. I only saw Port-au-Prince.
It's
I've never.
Absolutely beautiful paradise. It just for the moment we're having a hard time, but it will come back and be the pearl of the Antilles that it was before. But yes,
Nice.
so I see the banana tree, the coconut trees and things like that. That's one of the things that attracted me to come back and live in Florida, because I lived in up north in Washington, D.C., and then I work a lot in California for movies and things like that, but I'm more an East Coast person. So I like being here. I like the water. I like the activities and things, and the culture. And we are very mixed here. We have all type of nationalities and things like that.
Yes, now we do.
And so, does the water influence you a lot? I see you have a lot of scenes with water. You know, on your calendar there, you have, and it's a 2024 calendar. We need to talk about that. And
I do them every year.
You do
I
them.
take pictures that were recent and some of
your old ones.
Some things that haven't been published before.
Yes.
And you're right. They usually have water most of the time. I have some piece of water, even, you know.
And look at that, the fruits.
This is Sri Lanka.
Sri Lanka.
Yeah.
You were there.
I was there. Yeah.
Wow. That's the dragon fruit, isn't it?
It's a rambutan,
What does it taste like?
like a lychee.
Hey, lychee is very bitter.
No, lychee.
Really?
Lychee. You call it lychee? What do you call it in?
L-I-C-H-E.
Lychee is a flavor. It's very sweet.
Well,
not
you have
sour.
to,
No, it's sweet.
Really? Well, the ones I've
They're
tasted,
usually red. The lychee in Jamaica or here in Miami, they call it lychee in Miami, is a little red, bumpy thing. And when you break it open, there's a gel around the seed, and it's sweet. Sweet.
Oh,
sweet,
that's
sweet.
not the one I've been eating then.
You've been eating guinep. The other one, the green one.
Oh,
The
quenap.
Spanish lime, they call that.
They call it mamoncillo. No, I love quenap. Oh, I'm crazy about quenap. We have that in Haiti. But mangoes. So you draw a lot of fruits as well.
I do. Like if I'm somewhere and there's a bowl of fruit in the window, is nice view, I'm like, okay, nice drawing. I think I'll do this.
What inspires you when you do you like wake up and say, well, I'm going to design this today?
Not really. I have like always something going, always something on the easel in progress, but I also I get inspired by things I see, like where I go, like this type of drawing is a different type of approach. That's like I'm there and I sit down and I draw that scene. So that's like instant inspiration like that. Even when I wake up in the morning, if I have something on the easel, I'm inspired to go work on it.
Mm-hmm. And I see another thing that you have drawn. Look at that, those beautiful flowers. Where's that?
That's here, Miami. Lotus.
Wow. That's
Some lotus in a friend's garden.
Listen, we're going to take a little break. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll be right back.
Are you ready to party? The Haitian nation.
Here in Florida, we have an FPL team of thousands ready for storm season. So as the storm approaches, just know our job isn't finished until everyone's lights are back on. Get ready at fpl.com/storm.
Hello. Hello, girl. Oh, tu vas même dire bonjour et puis c'est pour qu'on mis dans ta tonne. T'es quoi tes diabétiques?
C'est bon l'ami dans recette madame Kaya l'envie. Li fait avec farine tapioca, li pas gagne un pile sucre là-dedans. Donc on capable manger. Vous voulez goûter mais ma bonne petit morceau.
Bon ami donc ça c'est recette madame Kaya. Maman n'a besoin ni dans toute maquette.
Pourquoi c'est bon?
Mes amis, mais qui prie bon ça.
Hey, moi c'est Patrick Ediansi on the air. Ou regardez Island TV.
Here in Florida, we have an FPL team of thousands ready for storm season. So as the storm approaches, just know our job isn't finished until everyone's lights are back on. Get ready at fpl.com/storm.
Are you ready to party?
And we're back with our artist, our phenomenal artist, Lisa Remeny. She does tropical modernism. I don't pronounce well in English. My French
fine.
accent.
You're doing great.
Thank you. And we were talking about the lotus. That's excellent. And you were telling me to come to the Grove. They have that? I've lived in Miami for ages, and I've never.
Somebody has to plant that and grow it in their garden.
Wow.
And that was growing in the garden nearby.
And I saw that you have one that the banana leaves. I mean, it's once I see that, I see my country. You know, Haiti, we have a lot of banana trees and
Same as Jamaica.
Same thing as Jamaica, yes. So for you to draw the leaf, this is so real. How when you sit down and you're going to do a coconut tree like that, you do every single little branch. It's one by one. So you did each one of those trees one by one. And you were telling me
There's no other way to do it. You have to start in the beginning.
Right, but this is a view from. You showed me a picture from a scenery that you go to.
I was there this morning to this park. I go there
at
often
6 a.m.
because, well, I was there at 6:45. Yeah, I know. I'm crazy. I like the sunrise. I love the sun.
Yeah.
When I lived in Jamaica, my home was on the
water?
north coast, and I could see from my bed the moonrise,
that's
the
beautiful.
sunrise every day. It was,
That's beautiful.
well, not every day is a moonrise, but every day is a sunrise. If we're lucky,
Yeah.
we still get moonrise.
I like both, but I'm so lucky in my apartment. I have the sunrise and I also have
Sunset.
So, but it's a pain in the morning when you wake up and the sun is so strong. It comes.
I love it. I wish I could see it from my house. From my bed, I see, I should be out there. It's beautiful today. Some days are better. You know, they change.
So
today
yes.
was very cloudy and
Yes,
wasn't.
but you have some serious beautiful views. Coconut Grove, I go to do some work at Mercy Hospital, and they are right on the water. And sometimes, like from the doctor's room, you can see the water. And you see Key Biscayne, which is a beautiful place.
Which is where my show is next week.
Oh, in Key Biscayne?
Yeah.
Wow. Oh, that's true. We got to talk about that. Sunday, November 5th.
It starts on the 5th and it runs into the end of the month.
The whole month. Yeah, we got to talk about that. So it's in Key Biscayne. That's true. Biscayne Nature Center. And, that's excellent. It runs for a month, right? Oh, that's...
So the opening is the 5th, but that's just,
Yeah,
that's just the the party,
Yes.
and it's nice if people can come to that, but it's more important to see the show when nobody's there because you can see the show. When you go in a room full of people, it's hard to see the work. So the work will be there all those weeks.
Oh, we're definitely going to visit you. We're going to visit your studio and also go to the show, definitely. As soon as I come back from DC,
Good.
I'll definitely be doing that. How did you get involved with the Biscayne Nature Center?
They have been asking me for about, I don't know, 15 years to do a show, and I didn't. I always had something else lined up that I had already done. And last year, in this time of year, I was there for a board meeting for the Women's Club of Coconut Grove, which I'm involved in, and I thought, that's a nice room. It would be great to have a show there. So I asked her, do you still want me to do a show? She said, oh, yes. Would you? I said, yes, I want to do a show here. This is a beautiful venue. So we planned a year ahead, and usually I do plan my shows way, way in advance because.
And how many pieces are you going to expose?
I think it's going to be 20 altogether.
Wow! And they are the big ones, you know.
Some are going to be small.
Where's the one that you're doing? Oh, we'll have that picture when we come to your studio.
But the first page where you saw the fruits, that is a small watercolor.
Yes.
I have small watercolor and I have large.
Look at that! Where is that?
That is Lake Titicaca.
Titicaca in Bolivia.
See.
Yeah.
Because my friend, I did not go there. I have not been there, but this is one of the rare occasions where somebody commissions me to use their photograph. And this gentleman is a friend of mine, and
the colors are exceptional.
He took the photograph. It's long and narrow. I can't fit it on the calendar, but I put a piece of
exceptional.
Thank you.
I wanted to ask you a question, and then it just skipped my mind. Do you do art exposition often, and would you be open to go on a tour, for example, Miami, New York, Washington D.C., Chicago, and things like that?
Of course. I'm always looking for an enthusiastic gallerist, somebody who loves the work and wants to sell it.
Yes.
Because I obviously can't do it all myself, and I'm happy to work with designers. I work with consultants and decorators, all type of people that house work, that get work homed. And so yes, I would be open to.
Besides painting on canvas, do you do for people that cannot afford the big pieces? What do you do?
Yes, I also make reproductions. Everything is on my website, which is just my name.
Yeah.
And
LisaRemeny.com. That's phenomenal. Lisa Remeny, REMENY.com. Yeah, I thought when you sent me that, I'm like, is she kidding me?
Yeah, you said, do you have a web page? I'm like, I think so. Yeah. On the web pages of many different paintings I can print, big or small.
Yes. Or somebody can just go check out your webpage and then commission you for to get a smaller piece. And you said you were doing them on.
I do them
on iron things.
There's a metal composition,
yeah,
an aluminum composition that prints beautifully. You can print it and keep it out on the outside.
How does that work?
It's a digital process. It begins as a scan of a painting, and then they can put it on many different surfaces. I don't generally do plexiglass, but people do ask for it sometimes. I do that. I do this metal. I do it on canvas. I do it on paper. It depends on the job. Sometimes people need giclées and they don't need an original.
I was speaking to an artist the other day, and she was telling me that she registers, she scans her painting and registers it, and when she sells it, she can find out where her painting is in the world, if the person has sold it to somebody else or.
Well, there's laws in certain states of the country, but not everywhere. When I was in school, I learned that the state of California, your copyright, if you don't sell your copyright, your painting gets sold again, you have to prosper as well. But that's not an international law.
You have to prosper as well.
Well, only
That's
in
good.
California.
But no, I don't think that's everywhere.
No, it's not.
Particularly not around the
No,
world.
it's not. It's not. It's not common.
What are you going to be doing after your exposition at the Biscayne Nature Center?
I have another private exhibition in the month of December at the Kampong, which was the ancestral home of David Fairchild, the famed horticulturist. That was his residence, and it became a part of the National Tropical Botanical Garden, and there's a beautiful living room where I've exposed the work before, and it's a smaller scale. It's not open. It's open to the public, but it's not like the Nature Center. Anyone can go there anytime. You don't need a reservation. The Kampong will be a little more exclusive, and it'll be another set of work. It'll be different work. It'll be more botanical oriented, botanically
Well,
oriented.
you paint a lot of plants, so
Yeah,
that's
I do,
perfect.
yeah.
I forgot to ask, is this going to cost something to get in?
The only thing is the parking. The county charges for the parking.
Yeah,
there,
yeah.
But it's
Yeah, well, that's good. I
that's-
mean, Biscayne, you know, it's a great place. I've done a lot of shows in Biscayne, and I've done a lot of partying in Biscayne too. But all right,
I think you've partied all over the world, haven't you?
I have partied all over the
I
world,
think
all
so.
over the world.
I believe you.
But have you? Would you be interested in teaching?
I teach.
Oh, you
I do
teach?
teach. I teach mostly one-on-one. I've done a lot of volunteer work for children, and lately I've had a student that's one-on-one for watercolor because she wants to learn watercolor, and I teach. I do different types of teaching. Yes.
Have you finished the painting that I like? The one with that. What's the name of that plant?
The bird of paradise.
The bird of paradise.
I finished it
We're definitely going to have a picture of that when
I
we come to the
finished it
studio.
yesterday.
You finished it?
Yeah.
It's amazingly gorgeous. Amazingly.
It has that beautiful contrast
Yes.
of the orange and the blue together. It's a. I'm very happy with it.
Do you have a painting particularly that you prefer?
I have one painting that's on my mantle.
Yeah.
It's not even in. It's not in this calendar. Yes. In fact, there it is.
This one?
That is a painting of my view in Jamaica, and I still own it.
With the moon.
Yeah.
That's good.
I like to paint moonlight. I've been doing it
You have a
long
lot
time.
of moon in your paintings. And now, what does that mean to
That's
you?
a drawing, and
Of-
it was. I did a spot on a Japanese television station earlier this year.
On the spot.
And they wanted me to draw that because the very first painting I ever sold for real money was of sailboats. And they came to do the Miami boat, they covered
Festival,
the Miami International Boat
Yes.
Show. And they did a spot on me, and they wanted me to be drawing this thing. It was a very short spot, but
Did they tell you in advance what they were going to want?
no, they came to my
They
studio.
gave you canvas and thing there, and
No,
they say,
no, they didn't give me anything. They just came to my studio and they said, could you draw that? Can we go somewhere where there's boats and you can draw? I said, sure. And I did that. I think the footage that got really edited, but there was a little moment where I was drawing this thing. I have pictures of it.
That's excellent.
Yeah.
That's really fun. If you were to give an advice to new artists, to people that are just would say, well, it's very hard to make a living as an artist, as painter, what would you tell them to do? How should they launch themselves into a career?
You have to follow your passion. That is everything. And for me, I like to draw things that appeal to a lot of people, so I've been very fortunate. But whatever is your passion, do it the best you can. Be amazing and incredible.
And you feel totally satisfied with everything you do?
No, of course not.
Are you very hard on yourself?
Probably the hardest of anyone. And probably I'm harder than anyone on myself.
Wow.
I think that's an artist's nature anyway. Unless you're just very confident.
I'm so hard on my music. It's just like incredible.
I'm confident, but I still see something wrong, you know, I'll see.
Always. Well, Lisa, I'm so sorry, but it's the end of our show. But
Thank you so much.
I cannot thank you.
It was
enough.
wonderful.
You are phenomenal, and I hope it's not the last time I have you here. And also, I'm definitely going to be coming to your exposition and definitely to your studio.
Wonderful.
I really want to wish you the best in all your endeavors.
Thank you.
And ladies and gentlemen, Lisa Remeny, our guest today. It was a pleasure being with you this Sunday. See you next Sunday, same place, same time, Island TV, 6:30 p.m. I'm Leslie Dalencour. I love you.
Are you ready to party?
I'm Brian Ross from the Brian Ross Law Group with an office in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. We are a community-driven personal injury law firm that you can trust, dedicated to getting the best possible